Hello, my name is Simon Owens, and today I'm talking about what Facebook's algorithms and free markets have in common. Conservatives often talk about the value of free markets, but nobody actually knows what a completely free market would look like or how it would operate. Every government has some level of regulation on businesses, and for good reason. Those regulations keep salmonella out of your food and keep children from being forced into hard labor. But because of this, we've never actually been able to test whether a free market would produce the kind of outcomes that conservatives say it will. Their theory is that the free market would reward businesses, good businesses, with their money and would punish bad businesses by withholding their money. And that this would create a perfect equilibrium that would produce a utopian society. Now, in order for this to work, you need some kind of currency, whether that currency is a service, a good, or money. And that currency is used to reward good businesses. With algorithms like the one Facebook uses in its news feed, that currency is engagement, whether the engagement is a like or a comment or a click. In that sense, I think the Facebook algorithm represents markets that are truly free. You provide content that Facebook users consider good, and you're rewarded with engagement, which then leads to more Facebook users seeing your content. Theoretically, according to the rules of the free market, this will lead to the best content rising to the top while also burying the bad content. And yes, this system often does lead to good content being surfaced. I consume great content every day that I found in my social media feeds, but it also rewards a lot of bad content. It rewards clickbait headlines and articles that repurpose other people's content. It rewards freebooting, which is when the owner of a Facebook page takes content off of YouTube and essentially steals it, putting it on their page without getting the YouTuber's permission. And worst of all, it rewards fake news. A new study shows that Russian propaganda, often fake news stories, was shared hundreds of millions of times by Americans in the run-up to the 2016 election. The algorithm is so good at rewarding this kind of bad content that Facebook, like a government, is stepping in to regulate it. It's tweaked its algorithm to punish clickbait. Upworthy, which once specialized in clickbait headlines, saw its traffic decrease by half overnight. Also created partnerships with news organizations to do manual fact-checking of stories. So when a news story starts trending on Facebook, those fact-checkers will go in, check it, and if it's deemed untrue, then a label will be put on all links to those stories that deem it as not being trustworthy. So Facebook is slowly recognizing that its free market approach to just rewarding content that gets the most engagement is not sufficient. And I don't mean to just pick on Facebook. Every platform with algorithmic feeds faces this problem. In a recent article by James Bridle, he showed that the YouTube algorithm has led to increasingly horrific content being produced for children. The children are stumbling on these videos after seeing them on the sidebar recommended videos, which is based on an algorithm.
Blue and blue.
So what does this tell us about free markets? It tells us that free markets reward currency. In the case of Facebook, that currency is engagement. In the real world, that currency is corporate profits. And in some cases, corporate profits lead to good things. Larry Page and Sergey Brin invented a search engine that made the world's information completely accessible. And now that company, Google, is one of the most profitable in the world. But the pursuit of profits also leads to bad things. Before government regulation in the form of Obamacare stopped them, health insurance companies regularly rejected people with pre-existing conditions. Why? Because sick people meant spending more on healthcare, which ate into their profits. So I'm arguing that Facebook has finally provided that perfect experiment for what a free market would actually look like. And what we found is that the free market does not always produce favorable outcomes. It doesn't always produce good outcomes on Facebook, and it certainly wouldn't always produce good outcomes in the real world. Okay, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.